Hello. I am so excited for this video because I am about to do a hummus tasting. So as you can see here, I have my tower of hummus. I am now gonna deconstruct it before it falls. So my idea is to taste different types of hummus that I can find here in London. And I don't have all the main store hummuses because I know I'm missing Morrison's, Asda, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing other things. I'm not from London, so I'm pretty sure that I'm missing out on other things, but oh, maybe Co-op. Didn't think of that. Also, let me adjust my camera because I feel like it's a little bit crooked. Is that better? I don't know, bear with me. So I love hummus. So there's two things that I'm obsessed with. Number one is peanut butter, and number two is hummus. So, okay, so the idea is I have quite a few different types of, or not types, but brands of hummus. And so I have Marks and Spencer, Sabra, which is not a store, but anyways, it's a type of hummus that you can find here. Whole Foods, Waitrose, Sainsburys. From Whole Foods, I have two different types. So I have the main Whole Foods one, and then I have these other two. And then I have Tesco. Okay, so the criteria is overall taste, texture, wow factor, and look, so the visual appeal. We have in total 8 hummuses, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, we have unpacked all the hummuses. So let's start with this one. Let's see. You know what? I'm also going to add as a criteria smell. So let me just write that down. Okay, so first of all, do I want to say what this smells like? It's a little off-putting, I will say that. It smells like dog food, cat food, pet food, which is not a great start, but it's okay. Okay. So let's grab our little spoon. Okay, so first of all, this is the Tesco hummus. It's texture, it's a little bit grainy. I quite like hummus to be on the smooth side, but I'm not picky. So it's grainy. The taste is okay. I know I've had better hummus. There is like an undertone of bitter, which I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, there's an undertone of bitter. Overall, it's okay. Is it my favorite hummus? No. Is there any wow factor? No, not really. It's slightly underwhelming. So I feel like it could have a better balance of acidity from the lemon juice. You know what? I think the bitterness could be the tahini, because depending what type of tahini you use, it might be a little bit bitter. So I'll have to give an overall score at the end as well. But for now, let's say there's no wow factor. The look, it looks fine. So that's okay. The smell, a little off-putting. We said it smells like pet food. And overall taste, slightly underwhelming. Okay, next we have, wow, this is a very pale hummus. Like, okay, let me just show you what the previous hummus looked like. So this is what it looks like, okay? And then this hummus is extremely pale. Do we want to compare? Very pale. Anyways, okay, smell is already better. Although doesn't even have that much of a smell. So the look, yeah, as we said, It needs a bit of a tan, but not much of a smell. This one is way more, you can already tell when you put the spoon in. It's more fluffy, if that makes sense. It's like they whipped it in a way. This one is very garlicky, like very garlicky, which I don't mind. You know what it tastes like? It tastes a little bit like aioli. Is there mayonnaise in here? No, there is no mayonnaise. There are actually very few ingredients, which I like. Interesting. Never had a hummus like this. It's very silky. No, I'll take that back. It's a little bit like whipped cream. Okay, the consistency is a bit like the texture. It's a little bit grainy, less than the Tesco one. And very whipped, like whipped cream. Is there a wow factor? No. The taste is literally like aioli. It tastes like mayonnaise with garlic. Very garlicky. So, very garlicky, aioli. Is there a wow factor? Yeah, I guess, you know what? I was wowed by the consistency of it. So let's write that down. And then the look of it, pale. Yeah, pale. The smell doesn't smell like anything. So great. And this one was one that I found in Whole Foods, and the brand is called Ambrosia. Not too sure I got that right. Can you see anything? Gosh, I don't know. Anyways, this is it. Okay, next up we have, this is the other non-Whole Foods brand that I found in Whole Foods. It's called Chickpea. Okay, so, oh my gosh, this smells like salad dressing. Vinaigrette. Yeah, 100%. Okay, texture, it's a little bit less, it's a little bit more liquidy compared to the Tesco's one. Definitely grainy, as you can tell. Sorry, I didn't show you. This is what it looks like. Okay, this one definitely has a lot of tahini. So it's very heavy on the tahini. It also slightly tastes like mustard, Dijon mustard. Maybe that's why it reminds me of vinaigrette. It definitely has some hint of Dijon mustard, and it tastes as if they put vinegar in it. Very interesting. So, you know what? I was wowed by the smell of it. I wasn't expecting to smell vinaigrette, so I will put vinaigrette as the wow factor. Texture, slightly grainy, but quite creamy. Creamy as in creamy with a little bit of grains. So for now, texture-wise, the Tesco's is not doing too well. It's just quite grainy, quite dense. This one is okay. It's a slightly grainy, but a little bit more creamy. It's just a little bit more enjoyable. So grainy, but creamy. The overall taste, it's interesting. Let's put it that way. It tastes like, yeah, there's a lot of tahini. It slightly tastes like Dijon mustard. So I'll put interesting. Yeah, heavy on the tahini. Then the look is quite fine. It's a normal, it's okay. So let's just give it a tick. The smell, salad dressing, vinaigrette. Vinaigrettes. Okay. Next up is Sabra. And I definitely already had Sabra before. And this one, I know it's extremely smooth, like very silky, no grains whatsoever. I'm not a fan. They do, I don't think I can even show you this because they do put a lot of oil. I'm gonna pour it all over the place if I show you. And it is definitely some sort of seed oil, which I'm not a fan of because it's just like, it coats your mouth with a lot of oil, but it doesn't taste like anything. If it was olive oil, then it's different. Anyways, I will try to grab some, and they have some pine nuts on top, which is quite nice. Let's see, I'll try it without the pine nuts. Okay, so look of it is very nice. It's very aesthetic. I would get rid of the oil, but that's just me. And again, very smooth. If you can see it, like extremely smooth. Smell. It smells like chips, aka crisps. The Sabra hummus has a very distinct flavor, and it has this acidity that kicks in the end. Again, this is definitely not lemon juice because, yeah, they have some sort of other, yeah, some sort of acid. And you can tell it's, I love the texture of it because it's so silky. However, it tastes quite artificial, which I don't like. I think the only real thing in here is probably sesame seeds and chickpeas. The acidity comes from something artificial, which doesn't give it a very pleasant taste. So nothing, you know what wows me? The texture. I really like the texture. So texture is really nice. The look of it is really nice. The smell, I can't even tell. Yeah, let's say crisps. Like, you know what it smells like? It smells like salt and vinegar crisps. And then the taste, the overall taste, yeah, it just tastes a little too artificial for me. So I'm not sure I'm loving it. Okay, next up we have Sainsburys. So this is what it looks like. It's very similar in terms of looks. It's very similar to the Tesco's one. You can tell it's quite grainy. It smells like pet food. Let me compare the smells of these two. Less intense than the Tesco's one, but it's still a little bit like pet food. Okay. I think you could tell from my expression, I really don't like it. No. They've used a really poor quality tahini because you can taste the quality of the tahini here. Not my cup of tea. I thought the Tesco's, I mean, Tesco's actually was it, when I tasted it, I was like, no, but this is no. Right, Sainsburys have to up their hummus game. This is really not. Taste, honestly, it's like, doesn't taste like, it tastes like a very intense low quality tahini. Low quality tahini, and then texture very grainy. Then we have wow, no, literally nothing wow about it. Nope. Look, I mean, it's okay. It looks fine. Smell, pet food. For now, we have, yeah, Sainsburys is last in the queue, and then ahead of that we have Tesco's. Anyways, we'll go through everything later. Then we have, Sorry, I'm getting confused here by the order of my hummuses. Okay, next up we have Waitrose. Okay, so the look of Waitrose, pretty similar to the main supermarket ones. It's a little bit more pale than the Tesco's and the Sainsburys. Grainy, pet foodie. Yeah, not as intense, but still there. And you know what it is? I think it's the chickpeas. Probably chickpeas smell like pet food. Now that I think of it, they quite do. You know what? Very pleasantly surprised. Was not expecting it to be quite this pleasant. So yeah, there's a great balance of like acidity and creaminess to it. It's grainy, but it's quite creamy. It's a little bit whipped, like this little guy here. Not as whipped, but it's quite nice. I like the acidity in it. I like, yeah, the taste is actually quite good. So the overall taste, I would say it's good. Texture slightly grainy, yet a little whipped. Wow, to be honest, the flavor, because I wasn't expecting the regular Waitrose brand to taste this good, especially after the smell of it, because it smells like the Tesco's and the Sainsburys one, and they didn't end up being very good, whereas this one is actually quite good. So I would say wow taste. The look of it is very normal, and the smell, pet food. Okay, next up we have Marks and Spencer. And I can already tell you that I'm quite biased because I really like the Marks and Spencer's hummus. So this is, sorry, it was in my bag, so it got tilted. This is what it looks like. It looks a little bit rough because it was in my bag, but smell, I can't really define what the smell is. You know what it smells actually? Like chickpea water. You know when you drain them? Yeah, I guess fresh chickpea water. Texture, you can tell it's slightly grainy. I just love, you just can tell the difference in quality of the main ingredients. So I love the acidity in here. I love the overall taste, and I think it must be a combination of good tahini because you don't have that underlying bitter taste. So I would say overall taste, really good. Quite on the acidic side. Acidic. Then we have texture, slightly grainy but creamy. And then we have, for me, it's always a wow. I love it. Every single time I eat it, I'm just like, I love you. So it's a wow. It's all a wow. It's all a wow. Then the look of it, quite average, like normal. And then the smell of it, yeah, it's actually okay. We said chickpea water. Okay, and finally, last one is the Whole Foods one. And it's just their like regular Whole Foods brand. This is the look of it. What does this smell like? I feel like it smells a little bit like cumin. Oh. Gosh, I can't really tell what it smells like, but it's actually a very pleasant smell. I want to see if it has, yeah, there is cumin in here. That's why I can tell it smells like cumin. Okay, and yeah, I guess slightly garlicky smell. Yeah, I really love the Whole Foods' one. I don't know what I just said there. I really love the Whole Foods one. This one as well, slight, and you know what it is? The cumin in here, it pops out, and I like it because it just gives it another dimension of flavor, and it's really well balanced with like the spice and the acidity and the garlickiness. So it's just really well balanced. I love it. So we said just really well balanced. Texture on the grainy side. Wow, I think the cumin, because the cumin just gives it that additional, yeah, flavor dimension, which I really like. Then look, average, very normal. And the smell of it is actually, maybe out of all of them, it's the most pleasant smell. It's just really fresh. It smells very fresh. I think the M&S, it doesn't smell as fresh, but this one smells quite fresh as well. Okay, so let me gather my thoughts and I'll come back to let you know the verdict. According to my taste buds, and this is just my taste, and I'm doing this for fun because I love hummus, and I thought, why not do my review on hummuses since I love them so much? And I've decided I will do one about peanut butter as well, but I started off with this. So I have decided that last place, and I think you all know which one it will be, is Sainsburys. The Sainsburys one just was extremely underwhelming. Not much taste at all. Smell wasn't nice. The look, average. And also, I'm not a fan of the packaging. The colors are not my cup of tea. I don't like the colors of this packaging, but that doesn't matter. The hummus in itself, extremely underwhelming. A no-go, in my opinion. Then 7th place, we have Tesco, which is very similar to the Sainsburys one. Extremely underwhelming, not nice smell. Texture, actually, I found it was probably the worst texture. It was extremely grainy, quite thick. No. Packaging, I guess it's okay. No. I mean, whatever. Don't care. We're not here to criticize the packaging. Then in 6th position, we have the Sabra. Sabra, I'm just not a fan. I love the texture of it. It's so nice and silky. It's like, love the texture. Really don't like that they put all this seed oil on top. And I think it's, it's rapeseed oil. Like, no, it hasn't. The rapeseed oil has no taste. It just coats your mouth. There's probably a lot of oil in the actual hummus because you can tell from the texture of it. And it just tastes, yeah, quite artificial, to be honest. So not a fan. Number 5, we have Chickpea, which is this one that I got in Whole Foods. It's not bad. The reason why it's number 5 is because for me, it tastes more like salad dressing than a hummus. And when I'm eating hummus, I want to eat hummus. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's not bad. The flavor is really not bad. It's just not what I want to taste when I'm eating hummus. Then number 4, we have Ambrosia, whatever this one, the other one that I got in Whole Foods. And this one it's nice, but just extremely garlicky, like very garlicky. If you love garlic, then this one is definitely like gonna be up your alley because it's really strong in garlic. I love the texture though. It's quite like whipped, which is quite nice. And then number 3, so we're coming up to the podium. Number 3, we have Waitrose, which I did not think I was gonna say, to be honest with you. I was expecting more one of the ones, great English. Either one that I got from Whole Foods. So I got 3 from Whole Foods, right? The original one, the Chickpea, and the Ambrosia. I thought either one of those would be number 3, but actually Waitrose made it up to the podium, which is really unexpected, but it's quite nice. And I guess it's because it's so unexpected that it made it up there, if that makes sense. Then number 2, I am honestly shook. I did not expect to say that number 2 would be M&S. I was going to expect M&S to be number 1 because if I buy hummus, I buy M&S hummus because I think the price is quite good. Now I can't remember how much I spent for it, but I know that the Whole Foods one is quite expensive. But yeah, so overall I love the M&S one, but number 1 is Whole Foods, my friends. I just love, you know what? I just love that cumin. It brings out those flavors in another way, and it's just so nicely balanced. So yeah, it's first, but again, love M&S, like love it a lot. It's just really good. It's quite fresh. It's just really nice. So I hope you enjoyed this little hummus review. Again, I didn't get all the hummuses that are available here in London. I got, I think, quite a few of the main ones, but I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the peanut butter tasting. And you know what? I might go ahead and do other tastings because I love doing it. So yeah, I'll leave maybe a little rank in the description below of what my ideas are. If you have any comments, if you have any new ones that you think I should try, if you have your own favorites, let me know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed sticking around with me tasting, and I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye.